Hello guys, our topic is the legal process and time frames of for the car accident lawyers. Here we specifically discuss filing a lawsuit. Lawsuits related to car accident injuries are generally treated as a personal injury lawsuits and filed in civil court where the plaintiff, the person filing the lawsuit, seeks to recover money from the defendant, the person being sued. File a complaint. This is the first. You must file your complaint within your state's statute of limitations. In the case of California, within 2 years of the accident that caused your injuries. Second, serve the complaint on the defendant. After filing your complaint with the court, you must inform the defendant that you have filed a lawsuit against them. The defendant files an answer to your complaint. This answer will likely include admission or denial of the factual allegations laid out in your complaint and set forward any legal defenses. Discovery. Once the complaint and answer have been filed in court, both parties will request and exchange information. Trial. Once the discovery is complete, both sides will compile and present their arguments to a judge or jury. A legal process and time frames. Lawsuits related to car accident injuries are generally treated as personal injury lawsuits and filed in civil court. The plaintiff, the person filing the lawsuit, seeks to recover money from the defendant, the person being sued. Here is a general overview of the steps involved in filing a lawsuit. First, file a complaint. The first step in pursuing a car accident lawsuit is to file a complaint with the court. This provides a detailed narrative laying out what happened, the damages you are claiming, and the legal basis for bringing the lawsuit. You must file your complaint within your state's statute of limitations. In the case of California, within 2 years of the accident that caused your injuries. Number 2, serve the defendant with the complaint. After filing your complaint with the court, you must inform the defendant that you filed a lawsuit against them. This process is formally known as serving the complaint, and you must follow strict guidelines in order for the court to consider the document properly served. Number 3, the defendant files an answer to your complaint. This answer will usually include admission or denial of the factual allegations laid out in your complaints and set forward any legal defenses. Number 4, discovery. Once the complaint and answer have been filed in a court, both parties will request and exchange information. This process is known as discovery. During this phase, you may be asked to produce documents, answer written questions, or undergo depositions related to the case. The defendant will also have the opportunity to do the same. Number 5 is trial. Once discovery is complete, both sides will gather the present their arguments to a judge or jury. If the evidence is overwhelming for one side, the case may settle before going to trial. If not, both the plaintiff and defendant will be given the opportunity to present evidence, produce witnesses, cross-examine the witnesses of the opposing party, present experts, etc. Once the trial is closed, the judge or jury will deliberate and issue a verdict in favor of either the plaintiff or defendant based on a preponderance of evidence supporting their claim, and a judgment will be entered, including an amount in compensation, if any. Filing a personal injury lawsuit for your car accident claim is no simple task. It requires a significant amount of skill and experience. This is not something the average person can successfully take on by themselves. Common injuries from auto accident are traumatic brain injury, facial injury, eye injuries, dental injuries, or scarring, whiplash or nerve injuries, spinal cord injuries or paralysis, wrongful death, cuts or lacerations, muscle strain or sprains, dislocated or deregenerate joints, internal injuries, bruised or damaged organs, broken bones or torn ligaments. So these were some common injuries. Next, what type of compensation am I entitled to? First is medical bills. You are entitled to compensation for medical expenses related to your injury. Second is pain and suffering, also known as non-economic damages. Pain and suffering are damages related to the invisible impact of the accident on your quality of life. Third is property damage. You are entitled to compensation for damage to your property, such as the cost of repairing or replacing your car. Fourth is lost wages. If your injuries have impacted your ability to work, you are entitled to compensation for lost wages. So let's discuss what type of compensation am I entitled to. Medical expenses. You are entitled to compensation for medical bills related to your injury. Among these are hospital bills, ambulance bills, physical therapy, consultations with specialists, in-home care services, psychiatric counseling. Property damage. You are entitled to compensation for damage to your property. In most cases, the cost of repairing or replacing your car. Pain and suffering, also known as non-economic damages. Pain and suffering are damages related to the invisible impact of the accident of your quality of life. These damages are meant to compensate for physical and mental distress resulting from the accident, such as anxiety or PTSD. Under the guidance of an experienced Los Angeles car accident lawyer, these more difficult to qualify damages can account for a reasonable portion of your accident compensation. Lost wages. If your injuries have impacted your ability to work, you are entitled to compensation for lost wages. Your employer will need to provide a letter stating your salary and the hours you have missed. Punitive damage. If the conduct of the defendant was particularly malicious or willful, then you may receive punitive damages as well. Punitive damages are given more to punish the defendant and discourage them from acting in a similar manner in the future. So please subscribe our channel and press the bell icon to see more updates and more informative videos. Thank you.